Okay, so this is today's project. The plan is to turn that old oil barrel into a waste oil or motor oil drain lift station for when I do oil changes here in the garage. So I'm going to try to convert that, something I can use there. I priced them out online. They're hard to get locally here. Locally here, you're looking at, for a decent sized one, not even as big as this, $350, $400. So I'm going to try to put this together and see if it'll work. And so far, I'll outline some of the prices and how I'm going to put this together. Now, the dolly, I picked that up for free, given to me by my brother. He had no more use for that. The barrel, I picked up yesterday. Look in your local classifieds, your online classifieds. Look through your industrial parks in your area. Usually there's people giving these away or whatever. I picked this one up for 20 bucks. It's in good shape, no rust, very little surface rust, whatever. It'll do purposes for what I'm doing. So 20 bucks. Plumbing fittings. I got a regular toilet flange, 3-inch adapter to 2-inch adapter for to put in there. I'll glue that in there. I got some 2-inch pipe. Of course, I'm going to cut the length, and that will go in there, sort of thing. And let's see, because you want it to be able to go up and down. So then I got this 1.5-inch pipe, which conveniently would slip up and down perfectly inside of there. So that's going to work. I just bought the 2-inch adapter to make this a little thicker so I can put a set screw in here. Once I put a set screw in there, I'll be able to adjust this to the height that I want. So, I put a set screw on there and it'll, I can adjust it to whatever height I want. And then on this end, I will put this adapter, which will then hold this drain pipe in there. Allow me to put this basket strainer for a regular sink. This is like $13, so I'll be able to put that. Oil drain pan I got from Princess Auto for $5. So I'll put that in the center, mount that on top of this. This will go up and down, work with that there. That should be my oil drain lift station for when I do oil changes. So let's get to work. close up if I can. So I now have that cut. You can see I actually got one of those, it's just a taller flange, and I got the ones that can spin. There's no reason for it to spin, but when the oil goes straight down to there, at least I don't have to worry. It'll probably still come down on the edges and drip out, but I shouldn't get any oil going around the edges now, and you can see the silicone squeezed out all the way around, so that should be good and tight there now. So just to get an idea of the fit again, you know, I'll be putting that in there. That'll be the 2-inch. And this is the tricky part, because I don't want to lose this down inside. And I don't have this glued on yet, so I don't want to lose it down inside, so hopefully that'll stay on there tight enough. But the idea is this will be able to slide up and down there. So when I raise my drain pan up to close to where you want, I got to be able to have a way now to hook that under. But it's starting to come together. So we'll get all this settled in place and that. Now, what I got planned to do was, after I hook up the drawing pan, I picked up these. These are just, I had these lying around. You know, you get those old melamine desks, those cheap desks and stuff, and a lot of people usually have a bunch of them they throw away. These are little parts that came out of them, and this little screw here screws into it, you know. So what my plan is to drill a hole through here and have this end of it, you can see unscrews. Takes a while, that's all. And I'll put that through there. So that's all it is. So I'm figuring I'd have this here, and by the time you give that just a little twist, that'll go on nice and tight. It'll go in against the pipe and keep the pipe from slipping down. So that's what I'm hoping this will work like. So, you know, and the only reason I put the coupler around there is because it allows me to have a thicker pipe to settle that in. But once I get that in place, I should be able to just screw that in there. Just a little twist should be enough to hold that easily and keep it from slipping on back down again. So, you know, so it's coming together, and by the time that sits on there roughly, you know, so you're beginning to get an idea of what it's like. Yeah, I think that'll work. I'm just wondering if I should lower it down even more, but I don't think so. That should be, I'd want to work at least that height and then up. Anything lower than that, I'll just use a regular drain pan down on the floor. Anyway, let's get back at it and see if we can get this finished up and pieced together. I might have kept through the boring stuff, but I took the 2-inch coupler, drilled a hole through it, and I put one end of the threaded piece or receiver, whatever you want to call it, into it. So I'll push that through there that way, and so hopefully we'll be able to screw that in through. Hopefully we'll be able to screw that right in through there. And just to make this stronger, I cut a piece of 2-inch pipe off and just ground down flat one side so it can fit in there. And that's what I'm going to do now. So it can fit in there and go all the way through. And what I'll do is I'll ABS this in place, and that way that washer can't come back out through again. But as you can see, it'll be able to screw all the way through and become the piece. So, and we'll go over the final price. So basically, I picked up the barrel for 20 bucks. All this plumbing supplies that you see cost me $49 tax in, and that's expensive. I mean, you probably could have go to your own local hardware stores and find much cheaper stuff. You might have a lot of this stuff lying around, but it's a 3-inch taller flange, 3-inch to 2-inch adapter, 2-inch piping, 2.5-inch piping with a 2-inch coupler right there. This little screw I found, I mean, you could, I made it thicker by putting the piece in there. You probably just could have put a wood screw in there or something, but this is going to give it nice and solid, to hold it real nice and good. 1.5 inch, 2.25 inch, trap drain adapter. That was like $2. And then the little pipe that you see inside of here, I got tightened down the white one. That was $4. This was probably the most expensive. This was like $15. That's what brought the price rate up. That's just your baskets. You go to a Goodwill store, you can probably find an old kitchen sink, take it off the kitchen sink, get that for next to nothing. Like I said, you could have used a 5-gallon bucket up here. Anything at all will do it, you know. So, see what it's like now when I put some oil in it, and when we do that. But 40, 70 bucks. The dolly was donated. I don't know how much the dollies were, but you could make up a little flat cart with some old caster wheels. You know, for well under $100, you can get a reasonably nice drain pan. That's a 55-gallon drum. So, and I'll be able to take the covers off and stick a hose down there and drain this. I've still got to pick myself up an air pump or a little pump that'll pump the oil out. But it's should be pretty neat. Anyway, another project done.